Hello, my dear brothers and sisters. The patriot saint of modern India and an inspirer of her dormant national consciousness, Swami Vivekananda, preached the ideal of a strength giving and man making religion. He advocated the concept of service to man, since it is considered to be the manifestation of peaceful coexistence and special form of worshipping the Almighty God. Many political, social, and spiritual leaders around the globe have publicly acknowledged their indebtedness to Swami Vivekananda. With this introductory remarks, I am extremely happy today in wishing the heroes and heroines of tomorrow a very happy National Youth Day. India celebrates National Youth Day on 12th January every year. Looking back the records, the Government of India in the year 1984 declared the birthday of Swami Vivekananda as National Youth Day in order to honor his many contributions to the country, and the day is being celebrated all over our nation with great enthusiasm. Every year, the theme of this day is different, and Channelizing Youth Power for Nation Building is the theme of 2021 National Youth Day. It is important to highlight here that the main objective of this day is to promote rational thinking among the youth who are absolutely believed to be the future of the country, because at present almost 50% of India's population is under the age of 25, and making the celebrations will empower the young people in an efficient manner. Moreover, Swami Vivekananda saw hope for the future in every child and believed that with muscles of iron and nerves of steel, they could bring about social change. He himself personified the eternal energy of the youth and a restless quest for truth, since the energies of youth will define the future absolutely as well. In the course of a short life of 39 years, of which only 10 years were devoted to public activities, and those too in the midst of acute physical suffering, he left for posterity and contributed outstanding treatises on Hindu philosophy. In addition, he delivered innumerable lectures, wrote inspired letters in his own hand to his many friends and disciples, composed numerous poems, and acted as a spiritual guide to the many seekers who came to him for instruction. Swami Vivekananda's inspiring personality was well known both in India and in America, and he leapt into fame at the Parliament of Religions held in Chicago. His vast knowledge of Eastern and Western culture, as well as his deep spiritual insight, fervid eloquence, brilliant conversation, broad human sympathy, colorful personality, and handsome figure made an irresistible appeal to the many types of Americans, and he became India's spiritual ambassador for them. In our motherland, as a lover of mankind, Swami Vivekananda strove to promote peace and human brotherhood on the spiritual foundation of the oneness of existence. Today, millions of people are trapped in unending spiral of problems across the world, and violence has claimed hundreds of thousands of lives. Millions have been displaced, and millions of children born into the conflict have no future. The problem is caused by many factors: political, economic, social, historical, and ideological. In addition, the onset of technology has created not only opportunities but also alienation, fear, and loneliness. The merging of the cyberspace with the physical world is having unforeseen consequences, which manifest in the growing disconnect between the self and surroundings. All the above, the nature of the society is also changing, and it is extremely difficult to understand how thousands of young people leaving behind their comfortable lives have been brainwashed into going to conflict-ridden zones and subjecting themselves to tyranny. In today's free-thinking world driven by extreme individualism, ethics and character plays no role in a child's growth. There is too much of selfishness and too little of caring for the fellow beings. Materialism has turned us away from genuine spirituality. Unless we address these issues, peace will be difficult to achieve. Future cannot be built without studying the past, and today's youth are disconnected from the past. And it is apt to remind here an old saying, those who ignore history are condemned to live it. Therefore, knowledge is not enough, but wisdom needs to be created out of past knowledge and experience. The Indian literature are a rich source of learning, and this should become a part of learning for youth. In addition, the Indian traditions place a great emphasis on service of humanity, working selflessly for others, working for the nation, working for humanity, harmonizing with the environment, respecting the feelings of others, and so on. Swami Vivekananda said that the goal of life is unselfishness and living for others. Life is all about sacrifice. He wanted the youth to give up jealousy and conceit. For him, working for the poor was the highest form of work. Youth must be sensitive to the poor and work for them. This is particularly today when the inequalities in the society are increasing. He exhorted the youth to take responsibility for their actions. He said, "Stand up, be bold, be strong. Take the whole responsibility on your own shoulders and know that you are the creators of your own destiny. Unless the youth builds its character, their energy will be wasted in unproductive channels." I would like to say here that India today poised to take its rightful place in the Committee of Nations, and the Indian youth have a great responsibility of nation building. However, there are still many hurdles to cross since we are living in complex security environments surrounding India. We also have to deal many internal contradictions that India as a nation and society faces. Moreover, the elders cannot preach the youth what they do not practice, and they have to provide a role model for the youth, as Swami Vivekananda was preaching in the latter 19th and early 20th century India. Any remembrance to Swami Vivekananda would be an empty one if we take no attention for guiding ourselves from the words and life practices of such a great man. I am stating this here because for him, the ideas and ideals had no value if they were not translated into action. Therefore, let us all join our hands together to establish his thoughts and practices along with a grateful and sincere tribute to the noble soul of our great nation. Youth need to believe in this. Thank you.
Please like, share and subscribe to this channel.